These are the real costs for an Australian family travelling to Disney World in 2026, and they are higher than most families expect. When Australians dream of taking their children to the Magic Kingdom, many underestimate what they are really signing up for financially. We are not just talking about ticket prices. We are talking about flights with mandatory connections, resort accommodation that can cost more per night than many people's weekly salary, and a complex web of additional expenses that can easily double your initial budget. Let me walk you through exactly what a Disney World vacation costs from Australia in 2026, breaking down every expense category so you can make an informed decision about one of the most expensive family holidays you will ever take. First, let's address the elephant in the room. There are no direct flights from Australia to Orlando. Every Australian traveller faces connecting flights, typically through Los Angeles, Dallas, or Asian hubs. This immediately adds complexity and cost to your journey. In 2026, round-trip flights from Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane to Orlando range from 1,073 Australian dollars to 1,253 Australian dollars per person in economy class. Whether you are flying Qantas, United Airlines, American Airlines, or connecting through Qatar Airways. For a family of 4, you are looking at 4,200 Australian dollars to 6,500 Australian dollars just to get there. August typically offers the cheapest fares, while December commands premium prices. March 2026 brings the lowest fares, but December 2026 has the most expensive travel costs. These prices assume economy class booking, and most US carriers now charge $60 to $100 USD each way for checked baggage, which is not included in your base ticket price. Disney World's ticketing system has become increasingly complex and expensive. In October 2025, Disney announced that 2026 peak ticket prices would hit $209 per day, marking the first time Disney has broken the $200 barrier for a single-day ticket. For 2026 one day, one park tickets range from $119 to $209 per person, depending on the date and which park you are visiting. If you want the flexibility to visit multiple parks in one day, you will pay an additional $68 to $75 for park hopper privileges, bringing peak day pricing to $284 per person. Most families choose multi-day tickets, which offer better value. A 4-day, 4-park ticket starts from $436 plus tax per person. For a family of 4, planning a 5-day Disney experience, budget between $2,600 and $3,800 in US dollars for tickets alone. Disney resort hotels in 2026 start at $149 per night for value resorts like All-Star Sports, music, and movies. However, these rates include tax, which ranges from 12.5% at most resorts to 13.5% at the All-Star properties. Even Disney's cheapest accommodations carry premium pricing. Art of Animation's standard Little Mermaid rooms start at $251 per night, while their family suites begin at $519. Pop Century, which many consider the best value option due to its Skyliner access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, starts around $145 per night with available discounts. The real sticker shock hits when you realize that Disney resort prices can nearly double during peak periods. Value resorts see their highest 2026 prices from mid-November through New Year's, with the lowest prices occurring in early January through early February and mid-August through early September. For a 7-night stay at a value resort, families should budget between $1,400 US dollars and $3,000 US dollars, depending on the season and the specific resort chosen. Disney's dining plans underwent significant changes for 2026. The most notable improvement is that all Disney dining plan purchases now include free kids dining plans for children aged 3 to 9 years old. This means you only pay for adults and for children 10 and older. The quick service dining plan costs $60.47 per adult per night, while the standard dining plan, which includes table service meals, costs $98.59 per adult per night. For a family of 4, with 2 children under 10, A 7-night standard dining plan would cost between $846 and $1,380. But here's the catch many families do not anticipate. Tips are not included. American tipping culture expects 18 to 20% gratuities at table service restaurants, which can add hundreds of dollars to your final bill. Disney's Lightning Lane system represents another significant expense that didn't exist in the old FastPass era. Lightning Lane MultiPass ranges from $15 to $45 per person per day, with Magic Kingdom commanding the highest prices. For families visiting during peak periods like late December, Disney also offers Lightning Lane Premier Pass for $300 to $449 per person per day. Though sales are limited and require 7-day advance booking. A family of 4 purchasing Lightning Lane MultiPass for 5 days should budget between $400 and $900. If you visit during the busiest times, from approximately December 22nd through January 4th, this becomes almost essential for a reasonable park experience. Beyond the major expense categories, numerous smaller costs accumulate quickly. Australian citizens need an ESTA visa authorization, costing $21 per person. Currency conversion fees through traditional banks typically add 2 to 3% to every transaction. Airport transfers using Mears Connect or Sunshine Flyer shuttle services add another $150 to $200 to your budget. Parking costs $35 for standard parking, $50 to $60 for preferred parking, and $40 for oversized vehicles. Though Disney Resort guests receive complimentary theme park parking, do not forget the $199 Memory Maker photo package if you want to capture all your Disney moments professionally. Insurance becomes crucial when visiting the United States, where healthcare costs rank among the world's highest. Without insurance, a medical emergency could result in bills reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Australian families should budget $500 to $600 for comprehensive travel insurance. The Australian dollar's performance against the US dollar significantly affects your total cost. As of March 2026, the Australian dollar to US dollar exchange rate sits at approximately 0.70, meaning every US dollar costs $1.43 in Australian dollars. Over the past 12 months, the Australian dollar has strengthened by 11.66%, providing some relief for travellers. However, the rate reached its lowest point in November 2025 at 0.6450, demonstrating how exchange rate fluctuations can drastically impact trip costs. Let's examine 2 realistic scenarios for a family of 4 taking a 10-day trip to Disney World in 2026. Scenario 1 represents a budget-conscious approach, traveling in September during lower season, staying at an all-star resort for 7 nights, and purchasing 5-day park tickets with basic Lightning Lane access, including flights, accommodation, tickets, dining plan, insurance, visas, transfers, and modest spending money. This trip totals approximately $15,740 Australian dollars. Scenario 2 reflects peak season travel in December, staying at a moderate resort like Caribbean Beach or Coronado Springs, with peak pricing across all categories. During this period, special events like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party add additional costs, but create magical holiday experiences. This same family would face costs of approximately $23,020 Australian dollars. The key to managing costs lies in strategic timing. Australian families face a unique challenge because their Term 4 holidays and the December to January summer break coincide with Disney's peak pricing period. The best value occurs during late August through September, which overlaps with some Australian school holidays while offering Disney's lower pricing. Disney offers promotions throughout 2026, including up to 30% off resort rooms for stays of 5 nights or more from July 30 through October 3, 2026. Guests staying from May 26 to September 8, 2026 receive free water park admission on their arrival day. The reality is that a comprehensive Disney World vacation from Australia represents a significant financial commitment, easily reaching $15,000 to $25,000 Australian dollars for a family of 4. This expense level places Disney firmly in the luxury travel category for most Australian families. Many families who previously visited annually now space their trips to every other year or longer. Others are finding creative ways to reduce costs, such as staying off property, bringing snacks, skipping Lightning Lane during lower crowd periods, or reducing their length of stay. The question isn't whether Disney World is expensive. It absolutely is. The question is whether the experience justifies the cost for your family's specific situation and priorities. With proper planning and realistic budgeting, many families still find the magic worth the price. But going in with eyes wide open to the true costs ensures you can make that decision based on facts, not fantasies. Disney World remains one of the world's premier family destinations, but in 2026, it's also one of the most expensive. Plan accordingly.